Welcome to this video about Star Wars The Force Awakens. This Steelbook Edition has finally reached Sweden yesterday on the 22nd of April. I think everyone has made a video about the Blu-rays, about the Steelbook Edition, and you've probably seen this one before 100 times. But I'm going to show this off briefly, and then I'm just going to talk a little bit about my opinion on the movie. Here's the back, some information there. Sorry about the noise in the background there. Can't do anything much about that today. Here's bonus features, Secrets of the Force Awakens, The Story Awakens, The Table Read, Building BB-8, Crafting Creatures, Blueprint of a Battle, The Snow Fight, The Visual Magic of the Force, which is about ILM, John Williams, The Seventh Symphony, and Force for Change, and a few deleted scenes. I've watched all of this already. It's pretty good. It's not bad. There's about an hour-long making-of documentary, a few deleted scenes, and a couple of featurettes. It's not terrible, but I do wish there was even more, including an audio commentary. There's not a single audio commentary on this, and that's too bad. This is the design of the Steelbook itself. You've got Kylo Ren there on the cover, and of course Captain Phasma on the back. And true to Disney movies, especially the Marvel movies, they've got these character posters on the spine there. Very nice design, lovely. I really dig the Kylo Ren. Like, I love Kylo Ren on the cover there. Perfect design in my opinion, because it's one of my favorite characters. I tend to go for the darker characters. And I think Kylo is a really fascinating character as well. He's actually almost the most well-defined bad guy we've gotten in a movie for a very long time. I mean, if you compare this to Star Wars A New Hope, Episode 4, and a lot of people will because it's a very similar, it's almost like a love letter to A New Hope. It's almost exactly the same film in a lot of ways, the same basic plot anyway. But if you think about that, then Kylo is more like Luke Skywalker than he is Darth Vader, because we didn't know much about Darth Vader in A New Hope. But we do know a lot about Kylo Ren in this movie, and he's a wonderful, well-realized character, in my opinion. This is the inside. You've got two discs there, the movie and a bonus disc, and you've got the Millennium Falcon fighting some TIE fighters on Jakku there. So, what did I think about Star Wars The Force Awakens? Well, I saw this movie 3 times in theaters, and I think it's wonderful. I don't think this is a perfect film, but I think it's a very, very enjoyable one. Highly entertaining, great characters. I feel like it's the most, fun Star Wars movie we've had in years. It's almost like when someone in your family has a child, you know what I mean? It's like people that you've grown up with your entire life, these characters that we've grown so fond of. Now their story is continuing, it's expanding, and it just feels so good and right, in my opinion. I love it. A lot of people that have complained about this movie probably feel that it doesn't feel right, that they don't want to see the children of Han Solo and Luke Skywalker. They don't want to see a new generation. But I love that. I love how fun it is to get to know some new characters, but we also get to meet the old characters, Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Leia. So just a wonderful sort of handing off of the baton to a new generation, and I think it works extremely well overall. My only issues with Star Wars The Force Awakens are very minor things. Most of them are concerning the fact that we don't really know all of these characters perfectly well yet. You take Rey, for instance, who is arguably the main character of the movie. We don't really know much about her, and that's because this is the first part of a trilogy. We're not supposed to know a lot about her yet. There are a lot of unanswered questions. We don't know exactly what happened between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. We don't know how the First Order came to be. We don't know who the Knights of Ren are exactly. We don't know who Rey's parents are. We don't know how Moss found that lightsaber. Like, there are so many unanswered questions. But that's an exciting feeling too, because that leads us into Episode 8. I think once we see Episode 8 and Episode 9, and we see the whole scope of this new trilogy, I think The Force Awakens is going to be an even better movie, coming back to it. Because as a kid, we could watch A New Hope, but then we could pop in Empire Strikes Back, and we could pop in Return of the Jedi, and we knew what happened next. But that's not really the case with The Force Awakens yet. And that is an equally exciting and interesting time to be alive, so to speak. So The Force Awakens is a great popcorn movie. It's a great Star Wars movie. I love the new characters. I love Finn in particular. I think Finn is a wonderful character because he really reminds me of Indiana Jones. He's that person who tries to be a hero all the time, but he sort of fails and stumbles. He gets hurt. He practically gets beat up the entire movie, but he has a lot of funny lines, a lot of quips, a lot of delightful things like that. So anyway, that was just a very brief video about my opinion on Star Wars The Force Awakens. I went to see this 3 times in the theater, and I'm gonna watch it on Blu-ray for the first time tonight. So really, really looking forward to that. It's not flawless, it's not perfect, and yes, you could argue that it's basically a rehash of A New Hope, which is kind of the point. It's meant to be a love letter to A New Hope, and it's meant to sort of mirror that film, because it has to just introduce the characters, reintroduce old ones, introduce some new ones, and I think it works. I think once we get into episode 8 and 9, that's when things are really sort of start to get really intense and interesting. At least I hope so. Star Wars The Force Awakens, out on Blu-ray now. Hope you guys enjoy this film. I certainly do, and can't wait to see it again. Alright, have a great day, guys, and I will catch you in the future. Bye.